Hello and welcome to the channel. Today myself, C.S. Trupta Upadhyay, will take you to another topic of our lecture series on company law. I am specifically covering the entire syllabus of semester 2 company law of University of Calcutta. So the target audience is the students of University of Calcutta. But obviously, the students from another universities and the students who are giving examination of company law in various professional courses can also view the lecture series available on the channel for concept clarity. If you are giving the examination of company law, then whether be it an academic exam or a competitive exam, for concept clarity, these lectures will be beneficial to you. And I would just, for your information, tell you that there are few lectures which are already viewed by many people on the channel. The lecture I have given on the appointment, qualification, then appointment of directors, removal, resignation, duties of directors, powers of directors, position of directors. So these are the few previous videos which are available on the channel. If you are new to the channel, please kindly watch these videos first and then you can watch this video as well. Fine. Let's go through today's lecture. Before starting my lecture, these are the few recommended books prescribed by University of Calcutta, and this is not the exhaustive list. You can add many books or as many material wherever you get it from the books or from the online. You can view and read and go through them. Fine. This is the website of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Here you can access the e-book available on the website of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs on the Companies Act. Today's topic is rights of directors. Directors have individual rights and also collective rights. We'll talk about them separately. First one is individual rights. Directors have rights to inspect the books of accounts. All the books of accounts, he or she can inspect it, which is given under section 128 subsection 3. Right to receive the notices of the board meeting. So any board meeting happens, we know that the 7 days prior notice has to be given to all the people who need to attend the meeting, that is the board meeting. So all the directors at the residential address which is being registered in the company, in the books of the company, the such and such address is given, and address is given in India, the Indian address, then obviously the notice will be given sent to the address registered by the director in the company. Fine. So directors have the right to receive the notice of the board meeting. Then only they will be able to attend the meeting. Right. Right to participate in the proceedings and cast vote in favor or against the resolution. So any resolution passed in the board meeting, he or she has a right to receive the notice and also participate in the proceedings. And also the voting right, the casting of vote is also being given. Voting right is also given to the shareholders in a particular resolution. So they can vote in favor or they can vote against after the discussion. Right to receive circular resolutions proposed to be passed. What is the circular resolutions? Some resolutions, some matters are specifically discussed or are the matters of discussion in the board meeting only. So few matters which are laid down under this act, like the matter of borrowing of money or matter of investment of the funds of the company. So specifically a board meeting need to be held. But there are few matters which can also be done through postal ballot. So obviously where the meeting is not physically held, it is done through a postal ballot, the board meeting. Then the circular resolution, whichever the resolution which is to be passed through this postal ballot system, need to be sent with the notice only, and they will give their assent or dissent and communicate the same by again posting that postal ballot to the company's address. Fine. So this way the resolutions are passed. So these are the circular resolutions. So they also have the right to receive the normal notice of the board meeting, and also the notice, or I would say the postal ballot. When the meeting is not physically happening, the meeting is happening through a postal ballot manner. Okay. Then the right to inspect the minutes of the board meeting. We know that after the board meeting happens, within 30 days, the minutes of the board meeting, the proceedings of the board meetings need to be minuted, right? And these minutes will be circulated among the directors, and they will approve it, and then they will be these minutes will be signed by the chairman of the board meeting. Fine. So these minutes can be inspected. These are the minutes are the books of accounts of the company, and these are kept at the registered office of the company. So the directors have the right to inspect any of the minutes of any of the years previous minutes, or the current minutes, means the minutes of the previous financial year or the minutes of the current financial year, or any of the financial year of the company can be viewed or inspected by the directors. So they have the right to see the minutes. Fine. Next, we are coming into the next section, that is the collective rights. Now, what are the collective rights? First one, right to refuse to transfer shares. Directors of the private company and the deemed public company are entitled to refuse the registration of the transfer of shares to a person whom they do not approve. So obviously, when a transfer request comes from a shareholder of a private company or a deemed public companies, so private companies which are deemed to be a public company, so these companies, then these directors may refuse to transfer the shares on the name of transfer the shares in the name of a transferee. Maybe some dispute may be there, so that's why they are refusing it. So private companies can do it, but the public company shares are listed on the stock exchanges and they are freely transferable, so there is no question of refusal of the refuse to transfer the shares in case of a public company, but the private company directors can refuse. Fine. Next, right to elect a chairman. So obviously we know that the board meeting is conducted through the chairman. So this chairman is appointed among the group of directors are there. So from directors, they only after discussion unanimously appoint a chairman for the meeting, for the board meeting, and then the proceedings of the meetings will be started by the chairman, right? And chairman is only the convener. He is the convener of the board meeting. So right to elect a chairman for the board meeting, the director has that right as well. Before starting my lecture, these are the few recommended books prescribed by University of Calcutta, and this is not the exhaustive list. You can add many books or as many material wherever you get it from the books or from the online. You can view and read and go through them. Fine. Thank you all for being the patient listeners. And I would again request you all to stay tuned to this channel for more exciting videos on company law. And I think that my lectures are beneficial to you. If you are benefited from these lectures, kindly I would request you all to share these videos among your friends, among your groups where you are associated. So many people who are at home now and have no access to books or have no access to any material can get the material as well and can get the concept clarity from this series of lectures. Thank you all and hope everyone is safe at home. Be safe, but also do study. Bye.